So let's talk a little about ethics here. Machine learning is powerful. It really affects lives. A lot of you will be in the future developing algorithms that affect the lives of actual people. And that means that you need to be mindful of the power you have through that. There's a lot of things to say about that. What we will do instead of doing much theory is we will all just watch a movie that nicely, I think, highlights the compound and like the impact that it has on people experiencing problems there. So let's talk a little bit, let's just spend a little time about talking about the many biases. No? Biases occur at every level of the hierarchy. It starts at the beginning. If you choose a project, you're most likely to choose a project that matters to you and your friends. But that, of course, means that people who are less connected maybe into data science, maybe because of the countries they're in, maybe because of which group they're in, that their problems get less attention. The second one is you get data. There's a lot of biases related to the data. The first one is shrinkages. If you have a smaller group, you will have more bias towards default values. If you have a smaller group, you will also have more variance. There's a clear variance problem there. There's data problems where most real-world data sets have really bad problems somewhere in there. Then, once you think about the data, you're building a system. The next thing is the data that you have there related to building the system is about how the world is, not about how the world should be. And then there's also problems which is just mistakes. You build mistakes, they're going to affect certain groups negatively. Then it's time to test. People will generally have a bias towards more attention towards the problems that they understand that are from their own group. People might also exclude subjects that are not part of the developing group. Like most people don't test their speech recognition systems on professors from Germany and they're doing really, really bad. And then there's issues related to deployment. Statistical biases, which are biases towards group averages. There's indifference biases, where people might have a lack of empathy with the group that they should be serving, and malice in a way, which is accepting negative outcomes to groups that people don't feel connected to. Lots of different biases, but instead of me telling you much about it, I want you to just watch coded bias as a group.